What's up, dudes? So we're doing another history lesson. Alright, I hear R-E-G-R-E-T. Yeah, it was supposed to be R-E-S-P-E-C-T. But now, now it's R-E-G-R-E-T. Alright, so, history lesson. Now, this is going to be triggering to some people. But it's the truth. So, Spirit is saying, before we even talk about this, the truth, everybody needs to reflect on how we're not going to pick up the boombox and slam it against the wall because we don't like the song it's playing called The Truth. So don't take, if you get triggered or angry, don't take it out on me, you mean girls. Because some people are about to be horrified with the truth, and it is the truth. We need to learn about what we worship before we decide if we worship it. Now I hear somebody being like, I'm so obsessed with this fashion. So hold on to your hats, clutch your pearls, take off one accessory before we even start. Coco Chanel was a Nazi sympathizer. Yes. So, Coco Chanel, and listen up if you are Jewish, was a Nazi sympathizer. So what does sympathizer mean? A good way to conceptualize it is, say this last presidential candidacy. We had Trump and Harris. Now, I'll say Trump just, it can be Harris too. The person who has the Donald Trump lawn thing, they got a big, or Harris, they got a big flag on their garage that says Trump forever. They got a sign that says Trump will save us all. And then when they turn out their lights at night, their house glows out kind of like decorative Trump. That person would be a Trump sympathizer or a Harris sympathizer. Coco Chanel was a Nazi sympathizer. Which means she had a Nazi boyfriend, and she would go in her Coco Chanel dresses to Nazi parties and hobnob with Nazis, and she would say very anti-Semitic things. She didn't give a shit. She actually nudged to have her Jewish business partner be kind of taken away. Now she has all access to the business. She got behind what the Nazis were doing. She was a sympathizer. So let's all stop for a minute. And she got in her Coco Chanel dresses and met up with her Nazi boyfriend and then went to Nazi parties to celebrate the cause. She was a liar. The like little black dress thing, she wasn't the person who started the little black dress. If you look at other designers of the time, they all were making little black dresses. She didn't invent jersey knit. No, she got a bolt of jersey knit on super clearance and then made a line out of it and then told everybody she invented Jersey knit. She was caught like constantly being a liar and a Nazi and a narcissist. Like, put everything on and then take one thing off. Like, did she really even say that? She took the supply for designing the trench coat. Yeah. No, the trench coat came from the war when they were in the trenches wearing that coat. So what happened was, more people in Europe kind of knew who she was. Kind of like the scam of it. And so they created this brand for the United States, who was removed from all of that. And so in America, there is this thing like the best designer ever. Yeah, she was a Nazi sympathizer. And sympathizer means she wasn't officially registered as the Nazi party. She didn't wear a uniform. She wasn't a Nazi soldier. No. But she for sure had a swastika in her front yard, plastered on her garage door. And when she turned the lights off, the swastika glowed. So Spirit is saying there's a group of Jewish people who had maybe a Chanel bag or something Chanel stolen from them, and they feel very violated about it. Just know that was your ancestors removing that item from your home. Now, with that said, the Chanel company, I believe, is now owned by a Jewish family. But the truth is, that's who Coco Chanel was. And Spirit wants us all to learn about projecting onto somebody what you want them to be and being willfully ignorant of the truth. Or just plain ignorant of the truth. And ignorant sounds like a harsh word, but all it means is like uninformed. And if you're willfully ignorant, you'll say, that means, okay, I know that this is who this person was, but I refuse to acknowledge it. I'm just going to... My ego's going to dig its heels in even more, and I'm going to wear this whatever because I paid a lot of money for it. And I like this designer. Ugh. That's being willfully ignorant. Now, if you like the designs, if you like the designer, you do you. That brings forth the concept. Can you separate the art and the artist? Are you able to separate the art from the artist who made the art? Like, if you don't like everything about the artist, but you love their art, what? Yeah, WTAF. Should you still celebrate the art? That's kind of a rhetorical question. That's to each individual person. My personal opinion on that is I cannot separate the art and the artist. There is a line of people that wraps around the world a whole bunch of times called artists. And there's somebody else that makes just as cool art, if not cooler. And I don't have to separate that they're a horrible person. I'd rather celebrate the person who deserves the celebration. But other people can separate it. So I guess Spirit's saying, let's learn about Coco Chanel. And I'll put a shorter video that's it's like why we should stop worshiping Coco Chanel. Like the hardcore truth of who this woman was. And then I'll put an extra credit one. It's like a longer documentary on Coco Chanel, and there's a lot in there about her time with the Nazis. And darling, she was all in. Like all in. Like gross all in. Like had no problem saying full, I hear rabid dog, full anti-Semitic horseshit coming out of her mouth. But the end circle has come with that. And I believe the Chanel company now is owned by a Jewish family. So there's a lot of intricacy when it comes to Coco Chanel versus Chanel. All right. So there's our soul school lesson. Now, if you're feeling weird because I just told you this information that you're like, I had no idea, or if you're feeling mad at me for like bringing this up, that means you may be projecting, you may be being willfully ignorant to the truth. All I'm doing is passing along the truth. All right, so there's the soul school lesson. I'll put those links to those documentaries about Coco Chanel down in the comment section of this reading. And this video originated on YouTube, the Tarot DJ on YouTube. And there'll be a short and concise one, and then a longer, more documentary about her whole life, if you find that interesting. All right, peace out. And if you were feeling really violated because somebody stole something from you, just, if that resonates with you, just know that may have been your ancestors saying, this thing no longer has the privilege of knowing you.